sweepstake, airborne with 8 Mustangs. Sweepstake to transport. Continue your mission. Cobweb's now patrolling the area, but no enemy activity has been reported. Over.
G'day everyone, Platypilot here, and welcome to episode 2 of Blue Nose Bastards of Bodney. As you probably heard, we're up for a rodeo this morning. Rodeo is just fancy RAF lingo for a fighter sweep. And we'll be taking off from Chailey, heading down to Cherbourg. We'll be crossing the channel at 0 feet and then popping up about halfway through to Angels 20. Then we'll be overflying Cherbourg, probably getting targeted by some AAA while we're there. And then we'll mosey on down to CARENTAN and see if anything wants to have a crack at us. Because Luftwaffe have not been seen or heard much of lately, so we're going to go shake their tree and see if anything falls out. And we've got some drop tanks on the wings today, so definitely need to make sure we remember to drop them if we get into trouble. Alright, looks like we're just about feet wet over the channel, so let's get to it. Alright, we're coming up on just under halfway across the channel, and we are rapidly approaching the most challenging parts of these campaigns, the Warbird campaigns, is climbing with the DCS AI. As they don't really obey the laws of physics, they can just rocket ship their way into the air, and us poor bastards who have to, you know, obey gravity, we're going to have a work cut out for us if we want to keep up with them, so we really have to keep an eye on them. And as soon as they start climbing, we need to start climbing as well. We cannot be caught sleeping. Thankfully, ED pushed an update a little while ago that stopped the AI from using war emergency power on the way up. As far as I'm aware, AI warbirds can't overheat their engines, so they could just use war emergency power the whole way up, whereas if we tried to do that, we'd blow up in about 2 minutes. So I am supposed to be up on his wing, but I'm just going to keep him out in front of me a little bit, just so I can keep an eye on him. I'm just going to be ready to jump as soon as they start climbing. While we're here, let's make sure we've got our guns ready. Set to 1100 meters and 36-foot wingspan is usually where I like to be. Oh, yep, good. Set it to 1100 meters because that's where all 6 of our 50 cals converge. So if you get a enemy bandit right in that sweet spot, where all 6 50 cals hit exactly the same point, you can literally turn this thing into a laser beam. Any second now. There they go. Now, I don't want to follow them too closely because they do sort of correct. See if I can just get up to where they are. And then I'll level out to a 2,000-foot climb. That rudder trim when you crank the engine is something else. You can already see the temperature on my engine skyrocketing. I'm at pretty much my max climb rate, 170 miles an hour. I can't go any steeper than that. And they're still pulling ahead of me. That's alright, I'm going to start ignoring them and just focus on climbing. I'd love to make sure this is a nice, sexy, tight formation. But if you muck this up, you can really get yourself into lone wolf territory. I'm just going to focus on climbing properly. Just try and keep an eye on where they are so I can rejoin them.
Friendly, it's 10 o'clock. Looks like the red-nosed Mustangs of the 4th Fighter Group.
Roger, I see him.
I was so busy trying to maintain this climb, I'd kind of forgotten about the whole traffic and trouble. About... Ooh, that's a little close. Yikes. We're well ahead and well under where they are. It's not where I want to be. Pretty soon our supercharger should kick on. We'll switch gears. Part of the reason why the early P-51s weren't highly rated because they didn't have the supercharger that could help them out above 15,000 feet. As soon as the P-51 got their superchargers, they became very, very effective. Again, I know this isn't a clean climb. I'm just focusing on keeping them somewhat in sight, and I'd rather be above them than behind them and below them. Catching AI is kind of annoying. Any second now, that supercharger should kick on. All automatic, so I have no control over it. There it is. So about 4,000 feet to go. See Cherbourg starting to come into view. Alright, I'll start feeding off my drop tank. And the fuselage tank is nearly empty. Alright, I'm gonna slow down and let the AI catch me. Yeah, I'm just glad that we're all kept within eyesight. Alright, looks like we are going to be feet dry over Cherbourg any second now. Briefing mentioned that AAA concentrations were high here, so we might be in for a bit of... Oh, shit, there we go. Right on schedule. Let's get some weaves going.
Watch the flag, boys. Contact air defense target, 9 o'clock.
Yeah, you don't say.
That's right, Jerry. Keep trying.
Alright, looks like they're turning into
Contact air defense
CARENTAN.
target, 10 o'clock, port 5.
Alright, heads on a swivel. Over enemy territory. Keep those weaves going, I think. Damn, man. I like how these guys are flying perfectly straight and level and they're not being targeted. Let's target the guys who are weaving, they'll never expect that. Oh, maybe they are getting targeted.
Sweepstakes transport. An enemy formation was reported to have taken off from Con, heading west. Keep your eyes open and see if you can intercept them. Over. Transport leader to sweepstakes. Roger that. We'll keep our eyes peeled. Over.
Alright, sounds like we got some trouble. We've got some business to attend to. The flak has stopped, which is always a good sign that the Luftwaffe is up and about somewhere. Let's rejoin with our buddies. I think we got trouble ahead.
Transport leader to transport. Jerry must be near. Make sure your guns are switched on and you're ready to drop your tanks when needed. Over.
Copy, ready to drop tanks.
Tally bandit, 12 o'clock.
Yep, I tally. Got 8 of them off the nose. 2 groups. Wish we could get a little bit more speed, but I don't want to break formation with these guys. Ah, screw it.
Transport leader to sweepstakes, engaging 8 190s above CARENTAN. Over. 4, roger. 2, roger. 3, affirm.
Alright, let's go. Tanks are pickled. War emergency power on. Let's go.
4, engaging bandits.
Now I'm gonna try and avoid diving to the deck and chasing down lone wolves. So our advantage is up here. We can go downstairs later. That's the supercharger off.
White 3, on your tail.
Ah.
There he goes. He's diving away. Got him.
Ah, come on. Let's not rip the wings off. Oh, my wingman's glued to my tail, apparently.
Good kill, good kill.
Either that or he's trying to steal my kill. Yep, sure is, bastard. Whoop. Alright, he looks like he's in trouble. I'm gonna leave him alone. Because he's smoking.
New cross leader to sweepstake, airborne with 8 Mustangs. You have anything for us? Over. Sweepstake to new cross leader. Carry on with your mission. Transport is engaged with the formation of 190 over CARENTAN. I'll keep you updated. Over.
What's that? Looks like the fight's pretty much all gone downstairs. That's definitely a fucker wolf.
This is Transport Blue 3. There's a single Ju-88 over the river. Angels 3.
And he's diving. Well, the fight seems to definitely have gone downstairs, so I'm gonna follow. Keeping an eye on my speed there. Did he just rip his wing off? Yeah, he did. Okay, interesting. Is that a maneuver kill? Does that count? Oh. Ooh, I'm gonna overshoot. Oh, canopy's off. And he's out. That's a kill. Fuck wolf. He's got one of my buddies on him. Seems like he's in a bit of a struggle though. Come on, come on, come on. Right, right, right. And pull. Whoa, I saw his canopy come off. That's 2. It's a Mustang. Pretty sure that's a Mustang down there. That is a Focke-Wulf since it's being shot at by red tracers. It's got a Mustang on his tail. Good hits, good hits. Looks like he's peeled off. Either he's got a kill or he's given up. I'd say that's a kill. Gonna go ruin some farmer's field. What have we got over here? The Mustang. Yep. Flying out to sea, so I think that's a Mustang. I think we're out of business. Not seeing anything juicy that I could strafe on that runway just there. Alright, I'm gonna start moving out to sea and see if I can regroup with some of my friends. Yeah, I'll follow these lads, whoever they are.
Flight, join up.
All my boys in. Oh, hang on. Oh, those Mustangs over there are being shot at by by a ship. Alright, let's just calm down on the throttle a bit. Give the engine a chance to breathe. Whoa, 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 okay, I get it, I get it, I get it. You don't like Mustangs overflying you, I get it. Relax. What was our return bearing? 3-4? Like we got 2 rejoining. Looks like all 4 of us. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure if we can just go home, but I'm not seeing any more action. And I don't really feel like just flying around until we get shot down by ground fire, so... See two ships way out there, but that's beyond our reach. Yeah. I've used up plenty of my ammo, so chasing them down is probably not worth it, whatever they are. And they might even be friendly anyway. I'd say 2.5 kills is not bad at all.
Okay, fellas, let's get the hell out of here.
Oh, that's permission to go home then.
All right, Major. Lead the way.
That bearing cannot be right. Because that's not pointing 340, that's pointing more like... Yeah, no, 340 is not right. Reflected. Oh, dude, it's not 340, it's 034. I'm an idiot. And here I was trying to blame reflected. No, I just can't read. There we go, 034, not 340. That's better. Alright, let's meet back in the mess, back at Bodney and or Chaley. Alright, got the coastline in sight. Pretty sure that's Seaford just in front of us. A river. We should be able to follow that river pretty much to Chaley. That's Beachy Head on our right. Happy to report we've got all 4 of our buddies with us. I don't like how these white cliffs sort of make an entrance to this river. That's a really good nav mark. Or navigation aid. It's also a good thing to note, there's an airfield just there, so if I ever am in trouble, and I can just make the coastline, I can just land there. Alright, Chaley in sight. Let's start slowing down. We are going a bit quick. Tell these lads to go home.
Flight, RTB.
Come in, shoot down the runway, do a midfield break. Hopefully none of these jokers decide to run into me. Green flare for landing. I'll take it. Alright, around we go. Alright. Flaps down, gear down. Coming in. A little bit of a huge bounce, but oh well. Land is land.
Springfield 2. Taxi to parking area.
Copy. I'm just gonna cross the active. Hopefully nobody runs into me. Alright, go find somewhere to park. And that'll do. Cool. Oops, that's the wrong way. That is it for this mission. Alright. Alright, I think we got 2 kills, 1 maybe, and 1 potential maneuver kill. So not bad for our first sortie. Plenty more to come, hopefully. I hope you enjoyed. I certainly did. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring all the bells. And I hope to see you on the next one. Catch you around.